When it comes to studying the Bible, often we know some of the things that we should do, and maybe we have a few things in our mind that we're looking for whenever we're studying Scripture, but it helps to have a list of things to look for so that we know exactly what to do whenever we are studying the Bible. In this video, I'm going to give you 7 different things to look for when studying the Bible. And hang out till the end because the last one is the most important one. My name is Eva Kabashik, and on this channel, I want to help you learn how to study the Bible. I firmly believe that anyone can study the Bible, and so it is my goal to help you do just that. If you're interested in learning how to study the Bible, go ahead and hit subscribe and you'll get weekly Bible study tips showing up on your YouTube feed. All right, 7 things to look for. Let's go. Number 7, whenever you are studying the Bible, look for if-then statements. That would be like a statement where someone says, if you do this, then I will do this. One of the most common if-then statements is what God makes to His people, the Israelites, when He's giving them the law. He says, if you will obey my law, then I will be your God and give you many blessings. And so as we are looking at any scripture, it's important to look for those if-then statements. Number 6 is repetition. When something is repeating in the Bible over and over, you want to pay attention to that. One of my favorites is in Psalm 136. It talks about God's faithful love over and over. And so it says, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His faithful love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of gods. His faithful love endures forever. And so throughout this entire passage, it's saying a statement, and then His faithful love endures forever. And so there's a reason for that repetition. So we want to be looking for different things that are repeating as we are going through Scripture. Number 5, as we are going through our Bibles, we want to be looking for things that are contrasted. So whenever you are seeing something that is compared to something else, and it is a stark difference between those two different things, you want to make sure that you are looking for things that are contrasted against each other. Number 4, you want to be looking for locations. Location is so important in the Bible, and you may not understand the depth of all of those locations just yet, but get into the habit of looking for locations and looking where they're popping up in different parts of Scripture. Whenever I see a location in my Bible, I will put a little square around it with a brown pen. That helps me to know that that is a location, and it also will help me see when locations change as you are reading through Scripture. Okay, so number 4, locations. Number 3, you want to look for conversations. There's so many conversations that happen in the Bible, and you see conversations between God and man, and God and there's even conversations with God and Satan in the Bible. And there's conversations between Jesus and the woman at the well, or Jesus and Nicodemus. You want to see these different conversations and follow the lines of dialogue. Whenever there's having a conversation, make sure you're paying attention to who is in that conversation. Number 2 thing that you want to look for whenever you are studying Scripture is lists. There's so many lists in the Bible, and so often we can associate these lists with genealogies, or like the book of Numbers that has a zillion lists, and we can think that these are boring, but in all actuality, there's so much power behind these lists, and there's so many important details to catch. Now, I'm not saying that it's the most riveting part of Scripture, but you need to pay attention to them. When a list pops up, make sure you're paying attention to why that list is there. And the last thing we want to look for as we are studying Scripture is Who is God? We want to see what characteristics of God are showing up on these pages. Now, the way that I do this is I mark in purple any characteristics of God that I see when I come across the pages of my Bible. This way, whenever I flip open my Bible, I can see right there very clearly that purple mark means it is something that is true about who God is. All right, there you go. 7 things to look for as you are studying Scripture. Are there any others? Comment below if you can think of other things to look for as you are studying Scripture.